Hi, I'm former City Council member Ia Falcone. I served for 8 years helping to bring people together to craft real solutions, enhance and protect public safety, and to protect our precious environment. I'm a former attorney, crisis counselor, businesswoman, negotiator, and mediator. I have the real skills and proven track record that our city needs now. I have a solid reputation for listening and involving all residents in planning for the future. We share the same goals: preserving our small town character, being safe in our homes and businesses, having quality housing, and a vibrant, sustainable local business economy. I have the experience needed to make the tough choices and making sure we live within our resources, both environmental and economic. I have consistently produced balanced budgets, despite really hard times over the last decade, concentrating on the basics: cutting costs, but maintaining public safety, retaining quality police officers, and vital public services. And I insisted on keeping all of our fire stations open. I've always worked with other jurisdictions on regional issues, which is key to addressing some of our most critical problems, including wildfire prevention, transportation, water quality, and workforce housing. Regional cooperation built on long-term trusted relationships is something that I can uniquely bring to the Council. My relationships are well established at the local, regional, and state levels. While on Council, we established and I chaired the Legislative Committee to work with leaders in Sacramento and Washington on important local issues, especially dealing with sharing resources and available funds. I've led the efforts to increase recycling in the city. By the time I left office, we were diverting over 70% of the trash from our landfill. I helped establish the Creeks Committee, cleaning and restoring our creeks and estuaries, and our beaches. Arroyo Burro, Bonet Park, Mission Creek are just a few examples. I fought to eliminate pesticides from our public parks, protecting our residents and our children from dangerous chemicals. And I proudly fought to create the off-leash dog run at Arroyo Burro Beach, enjoyed now by thousands, including my own 2 rescue dogs. I understand that we must have a comprehensive response to gang violence that includes prevention, intervention, and law enforcement from multi-jurisdictional agencies, governments, nonprofits, and the community working collaboratively together. I was instrumental in developing the South Coast Youth Violence Task Force and look forward to continuing that and other very important work.
Hi, I'm City Councilman Dale Francisco. I'm running for re-election and I'm asking for your vote. My 4 years on City Council in these tough economic times and countless hours spent listening to and speaking with you have given me the experience and the knowledge to represent you and to make your voice heard at City Hall. In my first 2 years on Council, I was often the only voice calling for fiscal discipline. A previous council made spending decisions that reduced our rainy day fund to less than 1/10 of the required amount, putting vital services at risk. Because we didn't have the resources we should have had, the recession forced us to make painful cuts in library hours, park maintenance, and public safety. Given these tough choices, city finances are now in better shape. Revenues are slowly coming back, and we're holding the line on spending to make sure that vital city services, including public safety, are provided to all Santa Barbarans despite an uncertain economic future. Last year, I stood up against plans for high-density housing throughout Santa Barbara's neighborhoods. This year, I helped craft a compromise that will preserve Santa Barbara's small-town scale, because that's what Santa Barbarans have told me they want. Working with my fellow council members, I've also helped prevent the installation of bulb outs and other traffic obstructions that you opposed. As your representative on the Kachuma Operations and Maintenance Board, I've helped move forward a large project under budget that is critical to the South Coast's water supply. For the first time in decades, we've added new positions to the police department. The goal is to make the downtown, waterfront, and Milpas areas safe, clean, and friendly once again. During the next 4 years, I'll continue to protect Santa Barbara's unique neighborhoods from overdevelopment. I'll work with the police, the county, and with nonprofit organizations to help more of the mentally ill homeless off the street. And I'll be careful to make sure your tax dollars are spent wisely. It has been an honor to serve you for the past 4 years. I'm asking for your vote to keep Santa Barbara moving in the right direction. Working together, we'll make our neighborhoods clean and safe, we'll restore economic vitality, and we'll preserve for ourselves and for future generations the beauty and friendliness of the city we love. Thank you.
Hello, blessings. My name is Crucito Herrera Cruz y esta es mi declaración política por la comunidad de Santa Bárbara. My political declaration to enter electoral election for the municipality of the city of Santa Barbara stems from the notion of equalitarianism and the principle that all Santa Barbarans are born equal. The current state of civic affairs that our local polity has unequal standing in terms of political power and political influence. Therefore, Santa Barbarians are governed and consented to constitutional principles under California Article 2, Section 1. All political power is inherent in the people. Government is instituted for their protection, security, and benefit. And we have the right to reform it or alter it when the public good may require of it. Thus, Section 2 of said Article 1 gives me the ability to vote. We get the entitlement to vote through that. Our right to vote stems from the belief that womankind and mankind are socially and politically equal. Each individual is to be counted as one, because our civic trait is seen as to exist that all people require that they be treated equally. All people should be treated with the same consideration, same concern, and the same service under our laws. Whereas each person will receive equal treatment under our laws. Equal opportunity for such things as education, development of capacities, and fulfillment of Santa Barbara's political needs and neighborhood wishes through the future implementation of district-based elections as per California Elections Code Section 14,026 3B. This would provide transparency and accountability for all Santa Barbara voters. God bless Santa Barbarians. Pray to earning your vote. Vote for Crucito Herrera Cruz, November 8th, 2011, for the municipality city council seat. Thank you. Thanks, Mom.
In this election, we have a chance to move confidently into our future with solid, nonpartisan solutions to our city's most pressing problems. We have a chance to restore our quality of life and feel a renewed sense of pride about our beloved city. I've brought people of all backgrounds together. I've organized gang intervention efforts, worked on graffiti abatement, and pushed for capital improvements to increase safety and improve our neighborhoods. I've researched best practices from other jurisdictions, led our council to study them, and advocated for compassionate, effective solutions to reduce homelessness here. I will restore our police ranks to 150 officers, the level we had 10 years ago. When we have a safe, clean, healthy city, when people feel confident about visiting our downtown area, the waterfront, and Milpas, then our residents, families, and businesses can prosper and thrive. Our city is a shining jewel, a charming historic paradise. We have to steward it carefully and ensure our future growth is carefully planned and managed. I stand for fair, transparent, and responsive government. Some of our citizens struggle to make their voices heard at City Hall. I will work to get online polls on our city's website and a way to submit online public comment so you can weigh in on issues important to our city. I will work to have city council meetings in the evening and in neighborhoods so you can participate fully in your city's government. I have a proven track record in public safety, empowering neighborhoods, partnering with our schools, and working to create a more welcoming environment for our local businesses. I have a head for public policy and a heart for our community. I'm Sharon Byrne, and I'm running for City Council. I would be honored to have your vote. Thank you.
Santa Barbara is at an important crossroads in planning its future. I am engaged in addressing the needs of our diverse community, unique neighborhoods, a severe jobs housing imbalance, and unprecedented fiscal uncertainties. Experienced, accessible, and innovative policymakers are needed now more than ever on City Council. In my over 20 years of professional experience as a Fortune 500 company director, principal of my own consulting practice, community relations director for a nonprofit, and a pro bono commissioner with Santa Barbara County and City, I have developed a track record of being a diligent, common sense, caring decision maker. My priorities are aligned with our city's concerns: economic vitality, including local job creation, affordable housing development, public education funding, stronger environmental protections, and enhanced public safety. I have deep roots in the community, graduating from Santa Barbara High School and UCSB, with a mother who has longtime public official experience and a father who was a 42-year professor at UCSB. I learned the importance of service in community from them. Transparency, accountability, and responsiveness are my commitments to the people of Santa Barbara. I'm Deborah Schwartz, running for Santa Barbara City Council, and I ask for your vote this November 8th. Thank you.
I'm Councilmember Michael Self. First, I would like to say that it's been an honor to serve you. You probably remember me as the lady who fought bulb outs. Boy, that was sure fun. You elected me 2 years ago when everything was out of control. Besides bulb outs driving us crazy, there were gangs and street stabbings. Wasteful spending at City Hall was leaving us in the red. Tall, bulky buildings were being built on Chapala, and our city council wouldn't listen. That led to the citizen revolt of 2009. You took your city back. I hope you have noticed the difference. There's a new tone, less anger, because our new majority is listening to you. We've made a lot of progress hiring more policemen. We're getting a handle on the homeless issue with well-thought-out programs, cleaning up downtown, prioritizing spending, and putting millions back in our reserves. The old majority spent just because of the millions were there. But I have to warn you, trouble could be returning to paradise. The gang, backed by the well-financed political machine that put bulb outs on our streets instead of police, wasted money installing traffic hazards instead of fixing crime, want back in. They also plan high-density projects to ruin our town. Check my website at michaelself2011.com. Here we're living in one of the most beautiful spots on the planet, and they just don't get it. Well, I know you understand. I've heard you, pleading for help to save our town and ecosystem. This election, you have a very clear choice. Keep Santa Barbara this unique place. This is your home. Or give your city back to the political machine that is out of touch with you and your neighborhood. Thanks again for the privilege of serving you. I would appreciate your vote.
Hello, my name is Sebastian Aldana Jr. I'm running for Santa Barbara City Council. Issues I feel that are important, real solutions regarding homeless issues, public health and safety, promoting community development to prevent youth violence, our city budget, Plan Santa Barbara, affordable and low-cost housing, continuing with our capital improvements, having our Latino population represented properly, and regreening. Other issues that come to mind are the CalPERS pension fund. You cannot restructure time that they have already put in. That would be like employees saying, I need more salary for work I did in the past. Before anything, I would audit the managing company to see if the numbers are correct. I have been doing some research, and it seems to me that the managing company is not being straight. CalPERS is one of the largest pension funds. This year they brought in 20.7%. The system works, but the numbers don't. The gang injunction. I do not support the gang injunction. The last time I looked, we have a 0.77% of a problem with gangs, and the report came from the police. That equals to 99.23% of some other type of problems. I agree we have situations, fights, stabbings, but it's not an everyday occurrence. I do not feel it is fair to punish neighborhoods to be labeled as a gang injunction neighborhood. If a homeowner wanted to sell his home, the seller would have to disclose that he or she is selling a home in a gang injunction neighborhood. No parent with young teens would want to live in that neighborhood. I have volunteered over the past 4 years, been involved or held positions in various committees. Santa Barbara Moose Lodge, Franklin Center Advisory Committee, co-founder and VP of the Milpas Community Association, Looking Good Santa Barbara Adopt-A-Block program, and the new Neighborhood Advisory Council. The community is asking, how do we keep Santa Barbara, Santa Barbara? Easy. Vote for Santa Barbara. I was born and raised here. I would appreciate your vote, and I will be ready to serve you and our community. Vote Sebastian Aldana Jr. when you receive your ballot in the mail. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Randy Rouse, and I currently serve you on City Council. Many of you know me from the nearly 30 years I've owned the Paradise Cafe downtown. Over those years, I've gotten to know quite a few of you. I've watched your kids grow up, I've employed some of your kids, and I've listened to your concerns about Santa Barbara. I've served on various boards and commissions with many of you, providing the type of volunteer community service that is essential to provide the balanced input and advice that guides our elected officials. This past December, I was given the opportunity to join our City Council and help put into action many of the vital steps this community sees as important to keep our city safe, clean, and prosperous. For the first time in a decade, we have finally reversed the trend of an ever-shrinking police presence on the streets by authorizing more sworn officers. We have further enhanced our business district security with the creation of a non-sworn citizens liaison patrol. We've taken a different and more proactive approach in dealing with street transient issues and our service-dependent population. Finally, we have begun to replenish our reserve funds that seemed so close to being completely depleted in recent years. But our work is far from done. Our general plan update has been many years and many dollars in the works. We have worked to find a compromise that will allow our plan, a plan for the next 20 years, to come to fruition. A plan that is based on neighborhood input and market realities. Santa Barbara's natural beauty is known throughout the world, and our environmental concerns have always taken top priority. Our beaches and creeks must be clean. We must move towards policies that ensure ever-improving air quality. Our oceans must be protected from the types of debris and effluent that are the byproduct of oceanfront populations. I'm working with local grocers and the California Grocers Association to involve industry in helping to reduce the amount of plastic used and to invite people to change their habits by supporting reusable bag programs. I currently serve as the chairman of the Solid Waste Committee, and we're exploring better ways to provide better service, reduce the amount of material put into our landfills, and reduce the rates that residents pay for trash service. I've worked with, and sometimes in opposition to, various Santa Barbara City Councils over the years. Our current City Council is diverse as politically and philosophically as any I can remember in my 40 years of living in Santa Barbara. This team of 7 individuals is working in a cohesive, nonpartisan way to finally move forward on many of the issues that have been mired by politics in the past. So let's not go back there. I will need your help to maintain this positive trajectory towards a safe, clean, and economically vibrant Santa Barbara. Please vote this November 8th. And when you do, please vote for Randy Rouse. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kathy Murillo. I'm inspired to serve on the City Council to connect people to City Hall and City Hall to the people. That's what I've done all these years as a journalist. I will make budget and policy decisions that benefit all residents with a focus on our children, families, and seniors. I especially want to give voice to those with little or no representation, working people, renters, people who ride the bus, and people of color. Many of you know me from my work as a news reporter and my work with young people. I've taught and mentored youth of all ages. My media career has given me extensive knowledge of local government and budget and finance. I understand environmental, social, and business issues. I'm skilled in communication and research and analysis. I know how to seek and respect diverse opinions. My budget priorities: conservative spending of the public treasury, robust cash reserves, funding for public safety, and restored funding for our libraries, parks, and recreation services. As an advocate for our youth, I want our libraries to be open for after-school programs, for reading, studying, and learning. Our parks budget has been greatly reduced. We must get back to enhancing our parks and restoring our horticultural resources for the benefit of our residents and tourists. I understand the need for housing and transportation policies that meet the needs of our residents. And I will work hard to find compassionate and effective ways to help our challenged populations. These include at-risk youth, the homeless, the mentally ill, and the fragile elderly. Equally important to me is to support businesses and maintain the appeal of Santa Barbara's tourist-serving areas. I care about the environment, and that's demonstrated by my endorsement from the Sierra Club. I'm an advocate for children and families. I'm endorsed by school board members Annette Cordero, Kate Parker, Monique Limon, and Susan Deacon, and former mayor and city college trustee Marty Bloom. I have the support of Pueblo, Planned Parenthood Action Fund, the Santa Barbara Women's Political Committee, and many groups representing working men and women. I understand regional issues, and I can work with elected officials from other jurisdictions and agencies. I'm endorsed by all three South County supervisors, Janet Wolf, Salud Carbajal, and Doreen Farr. And I'm also proud to have the endorsement of the Santa Barbara Independent. I consider all the residents of Santa Barbara my neighbors. I care about your neighborhood, your family, your prosperity, and your safety. I would be honored to have your vote and support.
My name is Jerry Mateo, and I'm requesting your vote so that I may serve you and our community as a member of the City Council. Having lived in this community for more than 20 years, I have seen many ways our community has been neglected. We are a government of the people, yet limited participation of the people has shifted too much of our responsibility to the Council. This imbalance of power has created a council that has become controlling rather than serving the needs of all the people. We have a council and a city administration which have allowed special interests to influence their decision-making and the mismanagement of our taxes we have worked so hard for to provide. Some council decisions have left economical burdens and stresses placed on the businesses and people in our community, as well as development plans which neglect our environment and our overall picturesque beauty, which makes Santa Barbara, Santa Barbara. Logic dictates that our survival as a harmonious community lies within a change in how our attitude and how we see our government and our role in it. We are a government of the people, and we are 90,000 strong. This is not about who leans to the right or to the left. This is about who is willing to stand up straight to represent everyone. We need a stronger community voice and presence in our city government. I am willing to be a strong voice and presence for our community. I am willing to step up to the plate. Are you? I believe that together we can co-create a harmonious and prosperous community which respects and supports the needs of its entire people and this beautiful home of ours we call Santa Barbara. This is my vision. This is why I am asking for your vote. My name is Jerry Mateo, and I thank you.